On our new Bills Breakdown channel here at Chat Sports, we're getting members of Bills Mafia from all across the country, all across the world, and we're very curious. We want to survey our new audience here and want to know how long you have been a Bills fan. If you've been a Bills fan for 5 years or longer, go ahead and like today's video. If not, if you're one of the newbies, whether you jumped on board when Josh Allen came to town or maybe you found a new team because you're a youngin', whatever it may be, whatever the reason. Comment how long you've been a fan. If you haven't been a fan for 5 years or more, let us know. We'll get started with today's show. You're watching Bills Breakdown by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are talking about Tee Higgins. Could he potentially be on his way to Buffalo this offseason in NFL free agency? Let's kind of set the scene for you before we get into the details here. The Bills are limited in cap space heading into 2025, just $7.46 million available that they have to spend at this point. But you would have to think that there's going to be some cut candidates. There's going to be some opportunities to free up some money, some extension candidates as well. So although it doesn't look like Buffalo has a ton of cash to spend at the moment, that could change pretty quickly. Tee Higgins' market value, according to Spotrac, is about 4 years, $101.77 million. He will not be cheap for any team to sign, Buffalo included, if they were to bring him in for his services. The folks at Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio's website, they are projecting that he will get paid much more than his actual market value. They see him getting about a 4-year, $112 million deal wherever he ultimately lands. The Cincinnati Bengals, his current team, they are trying to do whatever it takes to keep Tee Higgins in Cincinnati. They obviously put the franchise tag on him this past season. They've been in constant communication, trying to get a deal done. There was a point in time when he requested a trade, but Duke Tobin, the Bengals director of player personnel, he was at the Senior Bowl this week, and he was asked about Tee Higgins, and he said the following: "I've always been upfront in my desire to have Tee Higgins on our team. I've never not been upfront about that, and that desire continues. But we have to be able to come together with his representation on what that means and what the right number is for his experience, for his playtime, for his production. Let's find something that works for everybody because he is a guy that we want to have here." Now, you look at the Bengals situation, it seems unlikely for them that they're going to be able to keep both Tee Higgins and Trey Hendrickson, their star edge rusher on the defensive side of the ball. And you look at the Bengals defense, they had a lot of problems in 2024, and Trey Hendrickson was one of the very few bright spots for that group. So if they have to choose between one of the two, you would have to think they would more likely keep Trey Hendrickson than they would Tee Higgins, especially considering since they have Jamar Chase anyway. So with that, if Tee Higgins becomes available and Buffalo can find the money to make it happen, should the Bills sign Tee Higgins? It's our pinned comment today. Weigh in, let us know what you think. Type S for sign, P for pass. Chime in the comment section below. Bills Breakdown is on our way to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Once we reach that point, then we can bring you even more content here on the channel as we are talking everything you need to know throughout this offseason, from news and rumors to the draft, trades, free agency, and more, all right here. If you are a diehard fan of the Buffalo Bills, if you want more Bills content, you got to be subscribed. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. We're just over 320 away from reaching that next milestone. Subscribe now for free. Tell all your friends. Make sure they subscribe as well. You'll be glad you did. When I look at Tee Higgins, I think this is pretty obvious for anyone paying attention, that he would thrive in Buffalo, getting to play alongside Josh Allen, already having guys like Shakir and Knox and Kincaid and others Tee Higgins, I think, would do phenomenal. And one thing to keep in mind, too, Tee Higgins in Cincinnati has always been kind of second fiddle to Jamar Chase. If he came to Buffalo, he could be that guy. He could be that dude. And when he's been given the opportunity, he has shown that he's one of the best of the National Football League. The former second-round pick out of Clemson has been very consistent. Even with the injuries that he had, not this season, but last season, he still put up good numbers. He's had 4 career seasons with at least 900-plus receiving yards, and he's also had at least 5 receiving touchdowns in all 5 of his first 5 seasons in the NFL, including a career high of 10 touchdowns this past season. You look at the numbers, 73 catches, 911 yards, 10 touchdowns. The year prior, when he was banged up a bit, still had 656 yards with 5 touchdowns. And in 2022 and 2021, he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons as well. And you look at Josh Allen of this Buffalo Bills team. I think you have to keep in mind that this is an arms race in the AFC. You're trying to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs. You're trying to keep up with the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, for that matter. And if you can take him away from Cincinnati in the process and make yourselves better, that could go a long ways as well. Not to mention, you have a couple of receivers heading to free agency. No guarantee that these guys will be back. When you talk about Amari Cooper and Mack Hollins are going to be out there, it would appear that there's a decent chance that Josh Allen is going to lose a couple of pieces in that receiving core. And if you bring in Tee Higgins and you lose Cooper and Hollins, you are going to have quite the upgrade with Higgins by himself, even if you lost those two. If you can clear enough cap space to make a move like this work, if you're the Buffalo Bills, I think this would be worthwhile for the Buffalo Bills offense, and this could be a potential game changer for Buffalo in their pursuit to get over the hump and eventually try to get that Super Bowl title they've been chasing for a while now. With NFL free agency on the horizon, who is a player that comes to mind that you believe the Buffalo Bills should sign? Whether it's Tee Higgins or somebody else out there, who would you like to see in Buffalo in 2025? Give us a name in the comments section below. Appreciate you joining us here on Bills Breakdown. Help us reach our next milestone of 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Best part about it, you can subscribe for free at youtube.com/Bills News. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.